Hi guys, Gedusek here, and in this video I will start with the development of the user interface for my market master indicator. So I thought about adding other features to the market master, but I think the current state of the indicator is quite nice. Like, it has all of the important things it should have, and I think adding more indicators or more stuff would only make basically the indicator more messy and more difficult to read. Okay, so now everything that is inside the market master has its own purpose, and therefore I think it's time to move to the user interface part of this project. Before we start, I will also implement news filter, or I will basically display the news event that are about to happen on the chart. That will also be part of the indicator, but that's going to be implemented like during the user interface part. So that's why I'm not doing it right now. Okay, so the general idea is that I would like to have like a nice dashboard in the upper left corner that will basically display the user information. So information about an account, for example, information about the trading server, the broker, and stuff like this. Yeah, just like just general information that is useful to know. Then the second part of the dashboard will be basically an analysis of the past performance. So what I also want the user to be able to see is basically, for example, how many trades the user took in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks or so. What's the profit factor? What's the total profit? What's the total loss? What's the total traded volume, for example, and stuff like this. Okay, so this is like the second part of the dashboard that I would like to implement. And the third part is the news filter. So the idea is that there will be, for example, 5 most recent news events that are about to happen displayed on the dashboard as well. And yeah, so that's the general idea. Maybe I will add some other things to it. I don't have it prepared as usual, so I will just see how well I can improvise basically. If you have any suggestions regarding the whole project, yeah, let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's it. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is the code. I will just delete all of these other files. Basically, I can do this. Okay, so let's talk about user interface development. So I think the user interface is pretty important part for an indicator. Like, it doesn't have any real utility to it. Basically, it only displays information that you already know. You just don't have to look for it, basically. But since indicators in general are really about the visualization, since you will be looking at the indicator, you want the indicator or the whole chart with the indicator to look nice. So that's why I think user interfaces are really, really important when it comes down to the indicators in general. So how to do this? When I start creating, when I create some user interfaces, I always like to define like, I like to start slow and then progress with solid work, basically. Yeah, because everything has to work together well. The choosing of the colors, the size of the text, for example, the size of the whole dashboard, it has to look nice. So let's start. I will scroll down here. I will start here. Yeah, just so it's more easy to navigate through the rest of the code. So let's do it. So I will create a first function that will be called create background, or let's create first layer. Okay. So this will be a function in which I will basically create the first layer of the user interface or the dashboard. So the dashboard will basically have, I think, 3 layers. So the first layer is the background. Okay, so this is basically the color of the user interface. Then the second layer are the borders. Okay, so I think it's really difficult to basically imagine or picture in your mind what I'm talking about right now. So I guess I should stop and it will be easier to understand everything when I basically start coding. So yeah, so create first layer. So let's just do some comment here. First layer of the user interface, background. When creating the user interface, I will create a lot of rectangles. So that's why I will now create a function called create user interface rectangle. So I can like use this function multiple times to create these rectangles basically. So now I need some parameters here. So the first parameter is string name. So this is the name of the rectangle I am about to create. Then I need some coordinates and basically some other values. So let's start with x coordinate, then y coordinate and or y coordinate, and then we have x size, or we can do width and height. Okay, and then I also need color, and I think we are okay for now. So then what I will do is that I will do this. So name is equal to prefix plus name. I have to keep that in mind, and then I can create the object. So object create chart ID is equal to chart ID. Object name is equal to name. It's going to be object rectangle but label. Okay, so the difference between object rectangle and object rectangle label is that object rectangle basically uses price and time, but a rectangle label uses coordinates of the chart. So that's why I specify this x and y with width and height. Okay, and then 0, 0 right here. So then what I do is that I set some parameters. So object set integer. So chart ID, name, object property, x distance, which is equal to x. Yeah. Now I can just copy this, paste it here 3 more times. So this is y distance is equal to y. This is x size, which is equal to width. Then we have y size, which is equal to height. Okay. Oh, sorry. And then let me just check the camera real quick. Is it okay? No, the other way. Okay. And then I will also set the background color. So object set integer chart ID name object property bg color, which is equal to color right here, or the color defined in the input or as an input. Yeah, so that's it. Wrong parameters count. Okay, yeah, I think like this. Perfect. So obviously there are multiple ways of how to create user interface. The more professional way is to use canvas. Yeah, it's more professional. It's also more difficult, so that's why I am like using only MQL5, or I'm using these normal objects. I'm not using any external libraries. Okay, so it won't look as good with Canva it would look better, but I think this will do just fine. So this is our function. So now in the first layer, what I can do is that I can call this function. So create UI rectangle. And now I have to define these parameters basically. So name will be first layer. X, let's do 50, Y 50 with, so I don't know. Sorry. So like, this is just the first try. I'm not sure which or what parameters will work the best, but let's try 250, height will be 400, and color, let's do just for our first try, let's do color, I don't know, smoke, white smoke, or I don't know, sea green, for example. Yeah, so this won't look nice, but this is just like our first try. So yeah, and then what I will also do is that I will create a next function that will be called create user interface. Okay, and inside this create user interface function, this is like the main function that I will call on init function. I will just call this create first layer. Okay, and then all I have to do is that I have to take this create user interface function and I have to call it right here. Yeah, and that's it. Also, I will just do this real quick. So objects, delete all, 0 prefix. Okay, perfect. So now when I compile this, you can see that this is like our first layer. Yeah, obviously I will change the colors. Yeah, it won't look like this. I will change everything basically. So now there is one issue, and I'm not sure if I will be able to fix it, but what I want to do is that I want to say object set integer. Let me just try, and then I will explain. So hopefully, come on. Yeah, perfect. So now, now it works. No, it doesn't. Well, just to basically tell you what I don't like about this is that you can see these objects overlapping. So I want basically this rectangle, this dashboard, to be like to not be overlapped by any other objects. So that's basically what I am trying to achieve here. But the issue is that I basically create this object on init function. So it's like the first object that is created. And then basically I create the other objects, which are created on top of this one. So, just one second. So what can I do here? I'm not sure what my options are, but I guess what should do the trick is to update this parameter right here. So let's just try this. So I will go up here. Well, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I really hope it will. So object set integer, which is prefix plus first layer. Let's see. Hopefully this will work. Does it work? It seems like it does not. Come on. This is not ideal. So, okay, so let me just try one more time here. Okay. Yep, it still overlaps. Let me just try this thing right here, just to make sure that I'm updating. Yeah, so this works. So this has to be false. And do you know what? Let's just work with this right now, and then I will figure out the way how to do this, and I will show you in the next video. Yeah, so now it will overlap, but that's okay. So this is the first thing. Now the second thing I will be using is basically horizontal and vertical lines. Okay, so horizontal and vertical lines will be very like let me just check one thing. Object. This is the list of all available objects, and if you check like this list, you can see that we probably channel and event Fibo H line, which is based on price and time, so we can't use it. Rectangle label, yeah. Because like I think my only option here is to I will show you one trick, okay? So one very simple trick. So now I, for example, want to create a border surrounding basically this dashboard. Okay, so how to do this? I obviously have to create lines basically that go alongside the border of the rectangle. So I will do something like this. So create UI rectangle border 1 axis 50 to 52. So now when I do something like this, I'm basically creating the rectangle. You can see that I can use the rectangle as a line. Okay, so when I set the width of the rectangle to, for example, 2 or 3 or 4, it looks like a line. It's not a line, yeah, by definition, but it looks like a line. So I will use this to basically create these separators. Yeah. So if I, for example, want this a little bit more thick, I can change this to 4, and then it looks like this. Yeah. But now it starts to look more like a rectangle. So if I want to keep it as a line, I have to do 3 or 2 or yeah, something like this. So let's continue. Now please don't worry about the colors. I know it's hideous, but I will change them like when I have the basic structure. So now I have to do the same thing for the rest. Yeah, so border 2, 3 and 4. So so now is the time when I will have to create some variables. Okay, so I will create integer x, which is equal to 50, integer y, which is equal to 50, integer first box width, which is equal to 250, first box height, which is equal to 400. Sorry, it's not an input, it's integer, and also border size, which will equal to 2. Okay, let me just change this here. So now instead of doing this, I will just use these variables. So why using these? Why do I want to use variables? It's very simple. When I, for example, want to change the size of the rectangle, yeah, the user interface, I don't want to have to basically recalculate everything from my head. Basically what I want to do is that I want to only like change these parameters right here, and it should change the user interface. Yeah, so that's why I am doing this. So this is x, this is x, this is y, and now this is width. Okay, so now I will change a few things here. So when you are creating these borders, you are basically using 2 vertical, 2 horizontal lines. So these 2 will be horizontal, these 2 will be vertical. So in order to get this right, I have to update the y, okay, because the first horizontal line is at the top of the rectangle, the second one is at the bottom. So now I have to do y plus first box height. Okay, so now when I compile this, and let me just delete these two lines, you can see I have these two these two lines, these two borders. Okay, so now I have to also take care of the vertical ones. So the vertical lines will be very simple to do as well. You just have to basically know what you are doing. Okay, so now the only thing is that I have to replace basically these parameters here, and this is height, which is equal to first box height, and this will be equal to first box width. So now I think it should be okay. Let's check it. And it does. Okay, so now I have basically the borders of the user interface. Perfect. So let's continue. So what do I need to do now? Now I have to think about basically the layout of this first box. Yeah. So at the top, like usually, is a name of the indicator. So market master should be displayed here, and then I want my information to be basically displayed below it. So something like market master here, and then you go account ID, and here will be the value. So like in the left column will be the name of the parameters, and in the right column there will be values of those not parameters. Yeah, parameters. It can be parameters. Yeah, so that's the idea. So in order to do that, I need to do a few things. So first of all, I think it's pretty I think like I will be plotting out a lot of text labels basically. Yeah, so what I will do is that I will create a function for this. So I will do void create text, or create string text, or just text, okay, and it will have very similar inputs. So string name, string, oh, do I already have this create text? Oh, I already have this, but this is where do I have this? Oh, it's right here. Well, I can't use this because as you see here, I am using time and price as coordinates. So I will change this to create label. Okay. So create label. So string name, string text, integer x, integer I, integer font size. Yeah. And also color text color. Okay, so now I think I can copy this, paste it here, and just change a few things. So it's not object rectangle label, it's object label. This stays the same. I have to delete this. I will change this to object property font size, which will be equal to the font size right here. This will be equal to text color, and back is equal to false. So I think this should work well. So let's try this. So now I can try this create label. So string will be header. Okay. Text will be market master. Okay. So now X. So I can't use this value right here because it wouldn't be centered. There is a way how to basically center your how to center basically your text. I bet I will do that later. So let's do, for example, I don't know, 100 for now. Yeah, I will change it later. Y is equal to 60. Font size, I don't know, 14. Text color, color white. Yeah, something like this. So let's do this, and here, okay. So obviously I did something wrong. Yeah, I didn't specify the text. Yeah, so object set string chart ID name object property text. Okay. And now you have your market master. And also one thing, it's not BG color, it's just color. Sorry. Okay. So now you have your market master. It's not centered, but I think I can figure a way how to do this. Okay, so I'm not sure how the font size, or like, let me think for a second here, please. What I think that I can do is that, so when I center, basically, when I center this to the center, what will happen is that I think the label will start at the center and it will be shifted to right. But let's try this. So it's x plus first box width divided by 2. Okay, so this is like centered. So if I do this, yeah, it looks like this. So now I basically have to calculate the size of the text itself and then shift it back. Yeah, so I think I can try to do this. So int number of letters string len text and shift back is equal to number of letters times font size. So this should be this minus shift back. So let's try it. Now it should be centered. Oh my fucking god, it's not. So what did I do wrong here? I thought it works like this because like if come on, maybe let me just try this. Because I already centered it. So now it looks a little bit better, but it's really not that great. So if I do this, just bear with me here, please. Okay, so it's, I will figure it out, but okay, so when I change the size of the font to, for example, yeah, I can change it here, I have to change it there. I will to, for example, 11, it should be smaller. Okay, so now it changes. Okay. So, maybe do this plus, and here I can just do this thing. No, come on, come on. Come on. Let's keep it like this. I know it's not centered, but I will take care of it later. Yeah. just let's continue with the work here. So let me just check how long. 30 minutes. This is okay. So now we have our label. Of course, I will change the type of the label, color of the label, size of the label later, so it looks nice. But now we just want our structure. Yeah. So, or you know what? Fuck this. I can just do it. Plus. Let's do this. Yes, this looks nice. Okay, so let's continue. So now I want to display the general information about the user and an account. So now we have to basically determine what information is needed. Yeah, what information do we want to plot out? So let me just create a list here. So I think it might be nice to know account ID, username. Oh, we can do username. We can also do, for example, broker. Okay, this might be also useful. Then leverage. Okay. Then of course equity with the balance here. Okay. Balance equity. Account ID, username, broker, leverage, balance, equity. I think this is okay, and then we can add more if we need. So let's collect this information. Keep in mind that we need all of this information as a string. Okay, so for example, account ID is an integer, so we need to transform it. So string account ID is equal to string account info integer account login, I guess. I think we can't access the name, but let's see. So now username is equal to string account info string name and also currency. Yeah. We can do currency right here, I guess. Now the broker, so string username is equal to string account info string company, I guess. Yeah, company. Of course, if or when I am using account info string, I don't have to specify the string before it because it's already a string, but yeah, I can delete it. So we have this, so now currency, so string currency is equal to account info string currency here. Leverage, so string leverage is equal to string account info integer. Come on, where is it? Account, yeah, here leverage. I'm just blind. Then the balance and equity. So string balance is equal to string account info double balance and string equity is equal to string account info double account equity, I guess. Okay, so this is quite nice. Well, yeah, broker, sorry. Okay, so this is quite nice. And now, so the next step is to create two arrays. Okay, so first array will be general info labels. Okay, and we can do this. So this is account ID, like this. Then we have username, or let's just do user. Okay, like this. Then we do broker or company. Let's do company. Then what we do is currency. Then leverage. Okay, so you get the idea. Balance. I hope you can see it. I hope my camera isn't there, but if it is, I'm just doing the same thing as I did at the start of the line, now just for equity right here. Okay, perfect. So now I need info string values. Okay. Well, to be completely honest, I don't have to do this. I can just do this inside one. So delete this and then add here account ID. After the user, add username. So for the company, add broker. Yeah, for the currency, surprise, surprise, add currency. And I will just do it like this. So for leverage, add leverage. For the balance, add balance. And for the equity, add equity. Okay, so super simple, super easy. So now all we have to do is that we have to create a for loop. So for integer x equals 0, x is lower than array size for of general information, x plus plus. Okay, and now do also integer starting x is, starting y is equal to starting y is equal to y plus 30, let's say. So now we do this. So create label, name is general info plus I guess. X text is equal to general info at position x. X is going to be equal x plus 10. Y is equal to starting y. Font size is equal to 10. Color, text color, white for now. Okay, as I said, we don't worry about the visualization part right now or how nice it looks. We just want to get the basic structure done. So when I click on compile, starting y plus equals 5. So now when I click on compile, yeah, so this this will appear. So what did I do wrong here? Oh, yes. No, integer I. Starting y, font size. So I did something wrong here. Okay, 30. So now the spacing gets better. So now the spacing is all right. But the thing is that, well. So what's happening here? Well, what is happening here? So general info. Oh my god, yes. So I have to change the name of the... Yes, sorry, this is very stupid mistake. And here. Let's just deploy this once again. New Zealand, and let's see. Okay, so this is, yeah, and that here. Yeah, so now it looks nice. We just have to change this right now. Yeah, like it gets the job done. So also I don't like this. So let's just add a space here and here remove the space. I think this might look better. Maybe in the next video I will do this in two arrays, so I can change. Do you know what? Yeah, let's do it in two arrays. I will explain why in a second. So now I basically have to use the same font size, same color, same everything for both of the text basically. Sorry, I don't see on my keyboard properly. I quit this, so now let's just delete this here, this here. Okay, okay. So this looks nice. So now you can see I only have this. Yeah. So now what I can do, or what I have to do, it's not what I can do, is that like this is the necessary next step, is that I replace this by this. I can set this to, for example, color. Let's do white here. It will just be a little bit bigger. Yeah, so now this is not great. Probably 100 will do the trick. Yeah, so now it looks nice, I guess. Like, yeah, the good thing is that, yeah, now we can see it clearly. So the good thing is that now we can change basically the color and the name. So if I, for example, want to do lavender, for example, yeah, I can change the color of the label and the actual value. So yeah, so this is our default layout. So I guess this is enough for this video. There's obviously more work to do, but I will do it in the future videos. Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you for your attention and your time, and have a nice day. Bye.